Ruben Amorim has given the green light for a £60 million midfield move, but is it even possible in January? Mohamed Dabo has been linked to United for a bit. He's been on trial. He's been scouted, but where is he? What is the latest on Licha, Malacia, and more? Well, that's what we're going to discuss in today's video. But you might be noticing, Alice, where are you? This is the new office setup, and I have a feeling the audio for this video is going to be pretty horrific because, like, there's nothing in this big space, so it's so echoey. So it's going to be built up over the next few weeks. But we actually have an office space now. But I also need to get the mic fixed, which decided to break on me the day of the new office. So to you. But yeah, we own a new office space. So I thought, everyone's been saying, Alice, get out your bedroom. I've got out my bedroom now. Although the lighting I got for the office, let me turn it on. That's not good lighting. I've got some lights for it because it was pink and I thought that'll go. That's dodgy. But you're not here to look at my new office. You are here to listen to the Manchester United news. And if you are new, we do something called the Manchester United 10-minute roundup every single day on the channel, where we're going to round up all the latest Manchester United news into 10 minutes. So look, for the next few days, the audio, I don't know how it's going to come out in today's video, but I hope it comes out okay. Let's dive into the news. I'm going to start just with a little brief thing about Rasmus Højlund, because obviously he's doing it in Italy in an easier league, and obviously he was scoring for Denmark even when he was at Manchester United. Højlund is just bagging in the gold right now, and look, I'm happy for him. Some Man United fans are annoyed because they're like, oh, he's left us and he's good, we're the problem. Some Man United fans are annoyed about it. I'm not annoyed about it. I want Højlund to do well. I don't think there was anything wrong with Højlund other than lack of confidence and that he was trying too hard at United. He didn't get the service and he was too young and it was a big step too soon. I always felt sorry for Højlund at Man United. I'm glad he's doing well. I think the better he does, the more likely Napoli are going to pay up. I think they have to pay up if they get Champions League football. So look, good for Højlund, good for Rashford, good for us. That's how I see it. But yeah, Højlund is doing well. Continuing on, because Mohamed Dabo, this guy has been on trial at United. Sources in Africa said he was about to join United. Then other sources came out and said it's not close. But we're still trying to sign him, apparently. What is going on with this midfielder? If you don't know who it is, we signed Sekou Kone last year. It's a similar kind of deal to the Sekou Kone deal. A young player to come into the academy, a little bit like Diego Leon. Probably won't even have it make his debut until 2-3 years after he joins, maybe a year. But it's someone to come into the academy and with Kone and with even the guy we signed from Colombia, be competition. We've got Jim Thwaites in the academy midfield, we've got Jack Fletcher, be the players to come up. But I've always said, you can sign all these great young players, but if we don't sort out the first team environment, not the best place for them to thrive. But this is what's said by Romano on the deal and why it's being stalled. Another talent who was invited for trial and really appreciated by United is Mohamed Dabo from Senegal. Manchester United had him on trial for a few days. He said, why is there still no here we go for Dabo? It's because United want to go and sign him, but the problem is formal steps, regulations, and everything agreed with his current club. So we want to sign the guy. It's a bit of a complicated deal to do. There's still a feeling inside Manchester United that we will get this deal done, but it's just complications, formal things. But he's on trial. The player wants to move. We want him. Hopefully it happens, but who knows? But I've said this so many times on the channel. The emerging talent coming out of Africa is insane. Africa produces some of the most talented footballers in the world. And I think it's really important that United take advantage of that market, especially as more money is being invested into academies there. Continuing on into a story where I've put the caption, no way. Manchester United are preparing a 60 million move for Adam Wharton. The club believe an offer in that range could be enough to tempt Crystal Palace into selling. Now, I just think there's no way that Crystal Palace are going to sell Adam Wharton in January for 60 million. There is a rumour going about that in the summer he has a 65 million release clause, and that was inserted in his contract when he joined Palace, and that is why Palace are trying to get him to sign a new contract, because they know that they can probably get more than 65 million for him in the summer. And he's not signing a new contract with Palace. He's not even been called up for England for some reason, so maybe that's why. Now, Ruben Amorim has reportedly given the green light to this move. And of course, Ruben Amorim is going to give the green light to a move for Adam Wharton, because Adam Wharton is a very good midfielder that's very good on the ball, and we lack that other than Mano in the midfield. It was then said by Team Talk, who I don't think are the best source of information, this. United have stepped up their pursuit of Adam Wharton. Amorim views him as a key long-term target and has personally monitored his progress. It was also mentioned Amorim has given the green light for Man United to go and sign him or go and sign Baleba. I don't think we will sign him in January. I think Baleba is more likely in January. I think Adam Morton is going to be a lot of competition for him in the summer. Now, again, team talk, just like the Mirror, are saying United are paying a 60 million bid and are confident it could tempt Palace to negotiate. I don't see Palace negotiating anything below 80 million. I really don't with the midfield market at the moment. It said a move is more likely next summer than this January. But Palace do hold leverage as he's under contract till 2029. But there is rumours of a 65 million release clause being in place this summer. We know that Eze had a 60-odd million release clause. Elise had that 55 million release clause. Palace do give a lot of their players release clauses. But they're obviously probably going to lose Gay in the summer. So they probably don't want to lose Wharton as well. So look, of course, Amorim is given the green light for the 60 million move. I mean, add more for 60 million. Who says no? No one says no. Crystal Palace probably say no. You've got two sources talking about this. This obviously came via One Football app, so go check them out. But look, Adam Morton or Baleba in January would be fantastic. Elliot Anderson, even a good athletic midfielder in January, would be fantastic. But again, something tells me we won't do much in January. I think we're going to wait till the summer because we don't have a lot of games. And Maino's not playing, Xerxes not playing. Something tells me as much as we need a midfielder, it will probably be ignored by the club in January. And look, if Ineos are going to be kicked out because the Glazers are looking at the UAE, Ineos aren't going to want to spend in the January window, are they? But that's kind of irrelevant, I think, right now. Continuing on into other stories. So there's been updates on Malacia. Galatasaray are leading the race to sign Tyrone Malacia from Manchester United. The club wants to add the player to its squad in the summer, but Malacia wants to leave now. If a small fee is paid, the transfer could happen in January. I feel for Malacia. He's obviously been called back into first team training last week. I think that might be because of injuries to Mazraoui. Look, Malacia was in the bomb squad purely because of the injuries he had and that he's no longer good enough. It wasn't attitude, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. Malacia wanted to leave because he wanted to get minutes. It wasn't he wanted to leave for this and this and that. That's why Malacia wanted to leave. He was in the bomb squad for very different reasons, I think, to the other players in the bomb squad. And for Malacia's sake, I really hope he finds a move and finds form, because he was nearly out for 2 years with that horrible injury. And I think people forget that. Malacia's first season at United was quite promising before that injury. He's also a back four player, and then he came back and now he was expected to play wing back, which did not suit him. So for Malacia's sake as well, I really hope that he gets the move that he wants. Because I think he was always well behaved. I think he was just really unlucky with injuries. And it still to this day annoys me that Malacia was out for a year and a half. Luke Shaw was basically out for a year. And instead of playing Alvaro, we put Amrabat left back, the low left back, Lindelof left back. When we could have played Alvaro, we sell Alvaro to Benfica for 5 million, and now he's worth 50 million and one of the best left backs in the world. Hey, I think that's the more annoying thing about Malacia's injury, is it didn't even give an opportunity for Alvaro. So it's such a shame, the whole left back situation at the club. Talking of players and talking of moves, Harry Maguire is negotiating a new contract. If you did not know, Harry Maguire's contract is up in 2026 and he's currently on 190 grand a week. Now, considering he's not a regular starter, Manchester United do not want a bench player on 190 grand a week. That is the same amount De Ligt is on, who is seen as the starting centre-back. United are trying to get the wage bill down, so they're trying to negotiate a new 2-year deal with Maguire for maybe 120k a week. Now, apparently, Maguire, according to the Sunday Mirror, has been offered 500k a week from Saudi. I know that Saudi offer ridiculous money. I think I could see Saudi offering Maguire 300k a week to go, but I don't think Saudi would be offering Maguire 500k a week to move. I think 300k, 350k, it's believable. I generally think Maguire's negotiating a new contract with Man United. Leak a story to the Sunday Mirror that he's been offered 500k a week just to see if, you know, he's on 190k, maybe he wants 150k, United offering 120k, so he's reminding United he could go on a free to Saudi for 500k, look at this United. I think it's one of those stories that maybe Maguire's agent is just leaked to, as he's negotiating his new Man United contract, to maybe try and get a bit more money out of United, to be honest. I know Saudi do offer ridiculous wages, but there's a lot better players than Maguire out there that have gone to Saudi on 300k a week. And I think, you know, offer Maguire 350k a week, I think that's probably the most Saudi would go. No offense to Maguire, good player, but I don't think Saudi wants to offer that kind of money unless they think you're really going to bring attention to the league. Like Ronaldo, Neymar, you know, a big player, Benzema, brings attention to the league. Last but not least, it was said that Licha is expected to be medically cleared in early November, which is positive news. And it was said that Martinez has flew out to Dubai in this international break to do some warm weather training as part of a designated program and have a break with family. And he should be back in group training after international break. So it will be great to have Leach back. And hopefully he stays fit. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. See you next time. Bye.